the word Moor. And my wife and I went to the British Museum. And at the British Museum in London, they had this still called a Palero still. And the title of the word Moor meant one of the high priests of Anu, or the title of the high priest of Anu. They was called Moors. So this is the origin of the term Moors, as they acknowledge Anu, who is also shown to have been the Sumerian god Anu, all right, who was originally worshipped in Egypt, or Kemet, or Tamaray, or Tamari, all right? So we broke down on the board also on the science of the origin of the word Moor, and we showed you, hopefully y'all can see the board, shit. Right? And we showed you that you got M-O-R, M-U-U-R, M-A-U-R, all right? And then we have M-E-R-U. And from M-E-R-U, right? And we showed you that you got M-O-R, M-U-U-R, M-A-U-R, all right? And then we have M-E-R-U. And from M-E-R-U comes the word what we now use, which is America. Okay? Which is now called America. But it was called Amaruka. And Maru is the same word as Moor. So when we have non-studious individuals who get on YouTube or get on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else and say that they're not Moors, then they're actually saying that they're not Americans. Because the word Meru, which means more, is embedded inside of the damn word. I hope y'all getting this. You know what I mean? I hope y'all really getting this. Because I'm here to destroy that nonsense that Negroes are going now back to talk about their Indians. But they call themselves American Indians. So you're a Moorish Indian? Because once again, if you say you're American, the word American is derived from the word M-E-R-U, Maru, which is Moor. And then the Moors were ancient Egyptian, which Prophet Noble already stated that he was an Egyptian of death. Meaning he was a high priest of Anu. And the high priest of Anu is the same as the title of Grand Sheik within the temple, or Grand Sheikess within the temple. So high priestess, high priest. So you're in the land of the high priest. You're in the land of Anu. You're in the land of the gods. You're in the land of the serpents. You're in the land of the immortals. That's what this means. Meru. Now, some of y'all got a problem with that. Well, that's because, once again, you're not studious. You got to study more. Prophet Noble stated, when you study, and you study, or you can study, or you use, at least what you thought, study more, study some more. That's what I do. I keep studying and studying until I exhaust all possibilities. You have to do the same thing. Now, you say that it's not true, then let's look. Lenormand insisted that the human race issued from Upen Meroun. Theopompus tells us that the people who inhabited Atlantis were the people of Meroun. As the Puritans brought the name Boston, Springfield, Northampton, York, etc. from Old England to New England, so the ancient eagles, Egyptians, and swans, Canaanites, came to Asia from a far distance, carried thither the American names Egypt and Canaan, etc. Here we go to the wonderful Ethiopians of the ancient Kushite Empire. Let's look at what Drusilla Houston says. She says this right here. In these primitive days, the central seat of Ethiopia was not Meroe, as one day, which is very ancient, but a kingdom that preceded it by many ages, that was called Meru. So Meru was in Egypt or in Ethiopia, Kush, but Meru was also here in the Americas, as we just finished showing you, in which that was an extension of the ancient Egyptians here in the Americas. It says, Lamech speaks of the first men of the ancient worlds as the men of Meru. So if you have Indian groups calling themselves the First Nation, and here we have Lenormand spoke of the first men of the ancient world. In other words, the oldest people on the planet Earth, they was called the men of Meru. The men of Meru. Keep going. The Meru of Indian literature was none other than the Moro, Sheba of Sudan, a primitive Meru that was long ago lost to cataclysm. The four kingdoms of Shaka was Manga, Makaska, Matsa, and Madega. All right? But what were these kingdoms? Meru. Now, just to show you how they expanded into the Americas. Let's go down to the last paragraph. The Kushites and the first cousins, Kushite Mandi kingdoms line of the Olmec Asians traveled to the southeast of West Nubia, Sudan, and formed the ancient kingdoms of the Mayans, Inca, Arawak, Carib, and the Chicoquanina in South America. So here we have the extension of the Merus in the Americas. We look up the definition of the word American, an aboriginal or one of the various copper-colored natives found on the American continent by the Europeans. The original application of the name. Well, what's the original application of the name? It's going to tell you in this definition. Right. Yeah, right. You're right. You're right. That's what they're saying. All right. But we know what they do.
The original application of the name is Meru. As in Meru.
All right. So here it is. Webster Universal Dictionary, 1937. An aboriginal or one of the various copper-colored natives found on the American continent by the descendants of European settlers. The following is the original application of the name Meru. It's right there. Right there. The original application of the name of America, you see that, y'all? Or the Americans is Meru.